five-time champion Roger Federer has been kind enough to stop by in the middle of his day and join us in the studio. And I would imagine that you're relieved that the French Open business is all over. Have you had a chance to let it sink in?
Yeah, I mean, it was good to have a week off after Paris, go home and just enjoy it with my friends and families and reflect on what just happened and what's about to come. Because a lot is happening in my personal life, but also obviously on the tennis court. Sort of winning, the slam, like all four different majors and reaching 14, with Pete. So it's just been a lot happening, and it really, I think it took me much more time than the previous Grand Slam victories I got to actually reflect on, and I feel great now, obviously also being the second week here.
That must have been an unbelievable weight off your shoulders. It had to be, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think even more so when I will return next year to Paris. I don't know how much impact it really has on, let's say, a Wimbledon or a US Open, but I mean, I don't need to think about, maybe in the back of my mind, I've never won the French. I mean, I don't know how it was for you, let's say, but my life was still okay not having won the French, because I knew I still had some time left, and every year I would return to Paris, I would have a chance, But now it's just nice to know that is done, and next time I come to Paris, it's going to be so much more enjoyable, I think.
Tell me what you're thinking right about this moment.
I think walking in was a big moment, walking onto center court for the finals without the sort of Rafa in front of me or behind me was already very emotional, and then obviously match point was crazy, because I had to save a break point just shortly before that, and it was almost a little rainy towards the end, and I knew what it meant to my career, and it was like a complete dream come true, absolutely.
Let me ask you about Rafa, though, a little bit. Two things. What was the first thing that went through your mind when he lost to Soderling at the French?
For me, it just meant like, oh my God, this is, I guess, my big chance here this year. Because when I reached the quarterfinal stage, I think I was like 33-1, win-loss record against all the other players left in the draw. I mean, it gave me a great sense of, confidence. Yeah. But at the same time, I was like, I mean, if I don't win this year, I mean, when am I going to win this?
And then what did you think then, the moment you heard of when he pulled out of Wimbledon?
I always expected him to play here, but then when I saw him though at the Arangi at the practice courts, and he was like head down, hey, congratulations for the Paris, and I was like, how you doing? He was like, I'm okay, and like, this is not the Rafa I normally know. Normally he talks more and he's more open, and he would show much more, how he's really feeling. But this is where I felt like there is definitely a chance he's not going to play, and I was shocked, obviously, as well.
Now I know it's no consolation to you that last year's match is being called by many people maybe the greatest tennis match ever played because of the result. But first of all, have you had a chance to watch it? Did you watch it?
No, I never saw it again. I used to do it more when I was...
when you won all the time, right?
I don't know if it was when I won all the time, or I think more like when I had my first big success on the big stage. I used to go back to my apartment or my house, and then they'd say, oh, you know what, let me have a look at this match again, But then I don't know if I just don't do it anymore because I don't need to, or because I don't have the time, or it just doesn't happen anymore. But I see the highlights, but honestly I've tried to not look at it at all, just because I think this is one of those matches I'll probably look and see plenty of maybe in 5 to 10 years' time.
All right, so that was last year. This year, an entirely different set of circumstances. You're chasing history, the record of Pete Sampras. You're now tied with him. Have you talked to him? I know you're friendly. You know if he's going to be here or not?
We tried to reach each other a couple of times. I missed him, he missed me, and the next thing you know is like, all right, we're back to writing each other messages again. With the time change, I guess it's just a bit easier. But he was really happy for me winning Paris. He wrote me encouragement notes all the time. I hope he hopes that I can do it, and I would love him to come around. But I would totally understand if he doesn't. But first, I got to do my work and be in the semis or finals here to get closer to that.
Final
15.
question. What did you think when Mirka told you she was pregnant?
I was like, do another test. Because it's the first time you go through something like that, right? And you don't know how sure those tests are. So I was like, do another one. And she did another one, and it was the same thing. And then I was, for 1.5 days, I was pretty rattled, but then I felt great and was starting to joke around like she shouldn't carry anything heavy anymore, and those kind of things. So I had a great time with it after, and ever since it's been actually very relaxed, but maybe let's say the first months or first few weeks was just like, all right, what's going to happen to my life? And ever since, it's been very good because she's had a wonderful pregnancy. She's been very relaxed, and we're really looking forward to it.
All right, let me ask you before we let you go. You're going to be playing a rematch, not really a rematch because it's here, but against Robin Soderling on Monday. What are your thoughts about facing him after what happened in the final?
He did say on the podium at the French that no one beats Robin Soderling 11 times in a row.
So I got to come with something really special here, you know? No, but like, I mean, it's great to see the guy also, you know, continuing on his great run he had in Paris. I mean, it would have been disappointing to see the guy crash out in the first round here, but all the players would tell you the same, that he's a better player normally in the indoors and on grass. But now he's proven his point on clay and against top players. So I mean, that gives him a huge amount of confidence, I would think. I'm looking forward to playing against him, and I tried to beat him for the 11th time, even though he doesn't think it's possible. But I'll try.
Congrats on soon to be a father, and good luck breaking the record.
Thanks a lot, John.
Number 15.
No yoking around with
no yoking around with Robin. That's right.